All right, good evening and welcome to the 8th Annual Robinson Invitational on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. We are at game number 18 of the weekend. All good things must come to an end. The 8th Annual Robinson Invitational must come to an end, and it's going to come to an end in a big way as we have the Greenbrier Panthers and the Lonoke Jackrabbits. North Central against East Central Arkansas, as these two teams made a short, roughly 45-minute to an hour trip down here to West Little Rock, the home of the Robinson Senators. I want to say a huge thanks to head coach Isaac Delaney for having us out to provide coverage here on the Robinson at Robinson High School for this Robinson Invitational. Our second year to bring coverage to this one, and if you happen to go back across our YouTube channel and check out the broadcast from last year, you'll see the enhancements that we've made from last year to this year. Matter of fact, you could go back to some of the early games on Thursday and Friday and see the enhancements from the software that we used last year to the software that we're going to be transitioning to across all of our networks. If you guys don't mind, do us a favor. If you're your first time watching us here at Natural State Sports, hit that subscribe button on the Robinson Sports Network channel. And then if you'll head on over to the there's a few different channels you can go to, and I think it's under community tab there on our Natural State Sports channel. But give those other channels a subscribe as well. That's the Robinson Sports Network, the Maumelle Sports Network, Sylvan Hills Sports Network, the Mills Sports Network. We've also got the Patriot Sports Network for the Little Rock Parkview Patriots, and Central Tiger Sports Network for Little Rock Central Tiger basketball team. And so here we go. We're going to get things started. The Jackrabbits, the home team, or the visiting team, will bat first. Ryder Engel, the catcher, will lead things off. Pitcher for the Greenbrier Panther team will be Jack Palmer. So here we go. First pitch at 9:35 is lifted. Right side, second baseman, first baseman, bobbled and caught it. Nice play there by the first baseman for the Jackrabbits, as that is Cooper Lewis. Cooper Lewis, son of Matt Lewis.
Next up for the Jackrabbits, center.
Matt and I graduated together from Bryant High School. Matt, a good baseball player in his own right. He's excited to see Cooper over there playing. Cooper, his second start of the year, and expected to be a big contributor for this Lonoke Jackrabbit team going forward. Big kid. Size, got a great swing on him, plays a great first base. 0-1 as that one hit back up the middle by, I'm sorry, I said Lewis. That was not Lewis. I was on the complete wrong side of things. It was actually Ace Newland on that catch. I'm sorry, Greenbrier fans. I got way ahead of myself. That's Ace Newland on the bobbling catch at first. I was looking at the wrong side. Let's try that again. It was JT Stewart who grounds out. It's game 18. I'm sorry. But, all right. 2 outs. Next man up is Peyton Wallace. He'd replace me, but they've got nobody left to replace me with. We've gone through our bullpen. I started it. I got to finish it. Next one in from Palmer. Go for it. Next one for Palmer. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch here. And that one hit. Right center field. That's going to find the gap. That's going to be extra bases. Wallace rounding first. And that one hops the fence for a ground rule double. As Peyton Wallace kept on going, but he'll turn around and head on back to second. So a 2-out ground rule double for Peyton Wallace.
Next up for Lonoke, right fielder, number 17, Kalen Calhoun.
Kalen Calhoun, the right fielder, will bat for the Jackrabbits. So Calhoun steps in. See his first pitch from Jack Palmer. And a strike pumped in there by Palmer, 0-1. This one lifted left side. Center fielder charging in, takes control, makes the catch after losing his hat. And that'll do it for the top half of the first. Jackrabbits get a ground rule double, but that's it. Way to the bottom of the first, no score as the Panthers come to bat for the first time here this evening. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 8th Annual Robinson Invitational. I'm Steve Henson, host of our Natural State Sports Network, as well as the Maumelle Sports Network. Appreciate you guys joining us here at Robinson High School. Lineup for the Greenbrier Panthers will be Jackson Gill, Parker Armstrong, Trendon Mosley, Blake Buell, Ace Newland, Ison Chang, Brandon Jolly, Jayan Reynolds, and Noah Prout. And if I butchered any of those names, please feel free to correct me in the comments section on YouTube. We appreciate you guys joining us again. Hit that subscribe button. We got a few Greenbrier fans out there that have watched us in a variety of different games. I know in the same conference with Maumelle, we've had some battles with the Panthers in football and basketball, it's baseball as well. So here we go. Starting pitcher, Will Payne for the Jackrabbits. Puts that one in the zone. Looked up by the third baseman and scooped down at first by Cooper Lewis. Now I can brag on Cooper Lewis, son of Matt Lewis, who I graduated with at Bryant High School. Good to see Cooper out there drawing his second start of the season.
For the Panthers, number 1, left fielder.
So one away. And that one outside as Parker Armstrong will bat. 1-0 on the way. Misses inside, 2-0. Is there a train? I didn't realize there were train tracks so close. We end up at Baum Stadium? Is that the 942 on its way through? 2-0. Low strike call. 2-1. Now Payne, the 2-1. That one too low. 3-1. It's our 18th game played here at the Robinson Invitational at this site. That one popped up right side. Tough win, long run. Right fielder dropped it. He'll snag it up with his glove. That's Calhoun out there. Wind is an adventure. It has swirled in this little kind of a valley we're in between the Chenal Mountain, I guess, and the towers in the distance, and then you got Highway 10 and Lake Maumelle behind us. So creates a little bit of a swirl effect with the wind, and there's been a few times it's been an adventure on pop flies. Calhoun did a good job to get there, just popped that one out of his glove. So Trendon Mosley to bat for the Panthers. He lays down a bunt. I think Think about this Jackrabbit team. 10 seniors for that squad last season. They were loaded with D1 prospects, several Razorback signees. And so the Rabbits kind of rebuilding things this season. Mosley. It's the 0-1 pitch back up the middle. Center fielder coming on, makes the catch. Stewart gloves that one. And throw in gets away, but corralled by the catcher, Ryder Engel. So 2 away now here in the bottom half of the first. Greenbrier threatening.
Third baseman, number 21, Blake Ewell.
After the, I guess we're going to call it error-aided double. Now Blake Buell the bat. First one from Payne. Good pitch. Yeah, Buell buckling a little bit there as he feeds that one in for strike 101. Let's see if this game lives up to the game before it. Great game between Russellville and Southside. Russ Martin, the hero, as he had a 2-run Oppo Taco in the 8th. Another great breaking pitch. It's Payne ahead 0-2. Third game of the weekend for the Jackrabbits. They've gotten the tour here of Central Arkansas. Played a game at Euler, played a game at Pulaski Academy, and now a game here at Robinson. That one fouled off the end of the bat. So Buell will live for another pitch here. It's been a fantastic event here, put on by Coach Isaac Delaney, head coach of the Robinson Senators. Now the 0-2 from Payne. Spoiled as that one's going to make it into the parking lot for an insurance claim. Uh-oh, land in the back of that truck. Oh. That's the pay-per-view side. Stop. 0-2 on the way. Fisted to the left. Third baseman. Oh, gonna get Armstrong in a pickle. Yeah, make the tag, and that'll retire the Greenbrier side here in the first. A double off of a drop ball in right field is all the Panthers could muster. So that'll do it for our first inning of play. After 1, no score. Jackrabbits coming to bat in the second here on the Robinson Sports Network. All right, welcome back. Sorry, folks, for the silence there for a moment. We had a camera get moved, and so what happens when you're the commentary guy and the guy that put all the cameras up, you got to run out there and fix it. So
Number 20, first baseman, Cooper Lewis.
Put on the wish list for next year. Camera runner. Yeah, that too. So leadoff man was Darius Jeffries. He gets a single to start things off here. And now Cooper Lewis will bat. So the 0-1 pitch to Lewis. Runner goes. They got him if they go down to second. They do. Jeffries. Not sure what we were doing there as Jeffries just took off. Well before the pitcher. He's not even going to look at the first base coach as he makes his way into the dugout. That's one of those moments nobody's even going to talk to him. Jeffrey's going to go sit by himself at the back of the dugout. Great at bat to start the inning as he singled, but caught stealing there. And so 0-2 now to Lewis, and Lewis swings and misses. Jack Palmer offering for strike three, 2 away quickly here.
Next up for
and the
Lonoke,
Jackrabbits second.
Number 9, Tyson Vance.
Now third baseman Tyson Vance will bat. Strike called on the inside corner. Again, a reminder, these games are limited by time, 2-hour time limit. Although, well, it was strictly adhered to on Friday after what happened Thursday into Friday. Now, the last day, things get a little more relaxed on day 3. We kind of let things go a little bit. Now, we, who are all just sitting back here talking and pushing buttons, may not mind so much. Now, our umpires may speed things up. We'll see what happens. Delaney back here, who's been up for about 4 days straight, he may speed things up. Strike 3 called as Palmer punches out Vance, and that'll do it for the Rabbit half of the second. 1 hit, caught stealing at second, and 2 strikeouts to end the inning, and that'll do it for the Rabbits here in the second. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. Panthers coming to bat in a 0-0 ball game here on the Robinson Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Robinson Invitational on the Robinson Sports Network. And now the first one here from Payne. Ooh, low strike call there. Draw some groans from the Greenbrier faithful as Ace Newland bats. And that one low and away, 2-1. That one lifted left field. Long run in for the center fielder, and that one will drop.
Next up for the Panthers, designated hitter number 17, Ison Chang.
The DH, Ison Chang, will bat after the bloop single for Newland. That one wide for ball one. The delivery from Payne, low and away, 2-0. And check of the runner at first, back safely. Now the 2-0 from Payne. That one driven to right. That's going to get foul out of play. 2-1 the count now. Now the 2-1 to Chang. And strike two as catcher Ryder Engel came up ready to fire to first, but ball slipped out of his hand on the exchange. So 2-2 pitch here from Payne. Way outside. Nice job by Engel to go get that one. Full count. You got to be more worried about this dude over here. That one back up the middle, bobbled by the shortstop. As Wallace couldn't handle it. I got ball practice Monday night. Sorry, man. That ought to motivate some folks. It's on the broadcast. It's on the broadcast earlier. All you got to do is go pull it back. I'll send it to you in a little bit.
He said we left at the same time, and he said, I'm going to go do trampoline.
You see the video, you'd think I died. This one bunted and foul. Now it's coming. You just wait. Have some patience. Listen, if I've already let Will share it on the broadcast, it's out there now.
You gotta work for that level of embarrassment.
And strike called there on the bunt attempt. Oh no! Are you gonna do it again?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
You guys get a kick out of this here. This was me earlier. Did you zoom that in even more? I hope you guys got a good laugh out of that one. 1 and 2.
Submit that to America's Funniest Videos.
Now you need to go watch the broadcast so you can hear the audio.
The best part is if you see the wider version is my son's face. So the 1-2 here from Payne. Runners at first and second for the Panthers. That one low, 2-2. I think my son lost all faith in me at that moment. He's like, I used to think Dad was cool and tough. Not anymore. Hey, look, I can still try to stay cool to my 12-year-old. I might have another year or two left of it. That ball is roped. Left field, way back. Left fielder going back at the wall. Can't make the catch. Clears him. Bounces off the wall, struggling to pick it up. They'll get it in. This will score one for the Panthers as Newland comes across to score the first run of the ball game here for the Panthers. As they strike first here in the bottom half of the second. 1-0 now, Panthers. Still nobody out.
Jackson Reynolds.
Now Jason Reynolds to bat. And this one bunted by Reynolds. And they'll go to third for the force, and they got him. It's a good play there. That was a good play by Payne to cut down the lead runner. Reynolds bunted that one just a little too hard.
Next up.
I'm going to go viral at the ballpark at least. So one away now here in the bottom of the first. As Noah Prout bats. First one misses from Payne, 1-0. Jolly at second, Reynolds at first. As Prout looks to add to the 1-0 lead here for the Panthers. And that one well outside, ball 2-0. We'll flip back to the top of the order here. If Prout can reach or not hit it into a double play. And that one back to second as they'll check on Jolly. He's safe, 2-0. They got he's got the whole video with audio. I just sent it to Delaney. Payne's pitch lifted to right center. Right fielder drifting back. Settles underneath it. That'll be the second out as runner tags Jolly from second to third. He'll go in standing up. Do I? No, he was just like.
Next up, catcher,
So,
number 19.
2 away now.
Jackson Gill.
As Jackson Gill will bat.
Put on the headset and do the play-by-play for it.
Right. There is some good play. The folks in the background gave a little decent play-by-play with. I don't think that went how he wanted it to. It was awful. Everybody getting a great look, great laugh at the at my massive failure. It's my last trip to a trampoline park ever. No more. Runner goes. They got him again. Instead, they go to third as they were trying the delayed steal there to get the runner from third home. Reynolds gets to second. We're going off the rails in a hurry. We're going to get another one of them comments about less chit-chat, more baseball. So the 1-1 on its way for Payne. Oof, that did get him. It nicked him. And Payne gonna Now we got some confusion here. Lonoke's coach arguing that ball hit, or the ball hit the bat, not the hitter. Umpire ruled that was a hit by pitch. And now joining me to add to my sorrows, Senator Coach Austin Allen. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Better than you on that trampoline.
I'm telling you, dude, it was rough.
Next up, number 1.
And I hesitated the whole time. I was like, I don't know. And then my wife did it. I was like, and then she did it again. And I'm like, well, crap.
I got to go one more time.
I can't look bad in front of my kids. The wife did it, not me. And when you know, I made it worse.
Hey, we live and die by effort counts twice here. So there you go.
The only saving grace for me at all was the fact that when you hit those foam pads, you disappear. So I was able to just kind of lay under the foam pads for about a minute and just contemplate life, make sure my hamstring was still attached. That one.
And then the hardest part is trying to get out of there.
Dude, it's terrible.
You're kind of tired a little bit. Yeah. Hey, Diesel, help me.
I think he'd done left too. He's like, that's not my dad. I'm out. I don't know that guy. Another 1-1. Way outside. 2-1. And what an event it's been, though. To change subject from my sorrow to this fantastic event here.
Are you sure?
But it'll come back, I promise. All Will's got to do is hit a button over there, and we can talk about it all over again.
Yes, it has been. Thursday we were looking, Friday night had weather, and Saturday morning had weather, and just 20 minutes of a little monsoon was all we really had to deal with.
I know. I texted Coach last night, and he texted me letting me know, he said, we got out early, or earlier. I said, that ball is hit hard. Left center field, but center fielder camped underneath it. As Stewart makes the catch to retire the side, but the Panthers scratch across a run in the bottom of the second, take the lead 1-0 as we get ready to head to the third here at the 8th Annual Robinson Invitational. I'm Steve Henson, joined by Robinson coach Austin Allen. And yeah, you're right, man. It was, we were talking last night, and when Coach texted me, I said, did it even rain a drop after we left? He said, no. Of course it didn't. And I got to thinking, that happened last year. We did Thursday and we did Saturday, but Friday there was a pretty decent chance of rain. And so we were like, well, let's just scrap Friday. Don't want to take a chance because we were even more raw in stuff last year. And then I don't think it didn't rain hardly at all. And then we came out Saturday, and Saturday was beautiful until the sun went down. And then it was cold. And I had to apologize to some Wind fans because I think Will and I spent the better part of that Wind game. Because unfortunately in that game, neither team had any pitching left after the weekend. And it was a lot of walks, and it was a long game. And we kept talking about the fact that we're cold and ready to go home. And I think finally somebody came in the comments and was like, we get it, you want to go home, but we're still trying to enjoy baseball. We're like, sorry.
Well, they weren't out here since 7 a.m. like we were. And last year, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., anywhere between 40, 50 degrees, cold, 9 a.m., 10 o'clock, 60, 65, and then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, cold, which moving it back one more week really helped out this year. Gave it a little, last week we had bad weather, so it was good for it to happen this way.
Yeah, it worked out perfect. I mean, and even Coach Delaney and I were talking on one of the broadcasts earlier that, it seems like the rain kind of, that's right down the line. Fair ball. That one's going to go down the line as Walker Smith rounds first, trucking into second. Dive head first safely, and a leadoff double for the Jackrabbits. Yeah, the weather's been great. I mean, outside of a few drizzle, a few sprinkles this morning, and then, of course, the monsoon off the mountain yesterday.
Which we had to protect. I can't imagine how much all this cost. What would have happened? We would have had to use everything we made on the tournament to cover what you guys would have lost.
Would have been awful. It would have been so bad. The funniest part, though, was like everybody's over here covering speakers, laying over this table, and all I've got is thankfully somebody had handed me an umbrella. And so, look out. That one, I got him on the hand and the bat, but I've got an umbrella that I'm laid over, and that wind is just black. And here comes Coach Delaney. You need some help?
Everyone's helping everyone else, but me.
Yeah, right.
We've had this equipment for 10 years. This brand new.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, conversation here is kind of the same conversation we had just a minute ago when the ball hit the Greenbrier hitter in the forearm. And similar situation here is he squared to bunt. That is Jackson Miller, the DH, squared to bunt, and the ball caught his hand.
I'm sorry, but whether you got hit or not, you have to sell that better.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't get hit in the hand and are able to walk it off like that.
Yeah, you know, my short high school career, I took one right here.
Ooh.
And
Lefty?
loft.
You're
No, I caught it on the. I had caught it right on the knob of right on the bat, perfect, and knuckle gone. So
those are not fun.
Not
I had
at all.
A gangland cyst when I was in college, and it took me out for 2 weeks.
Man.
Just a little bitty notch in the hand, but foul.
Yeah, I want to go foul. Never questioned the toughness, though, of a baseball player. Jackson Miller squared, took one nearly right in the face on the last one, and he squares back around, does it again. Yeah, a ton of talent, though, this week, man. I think I was reading off on that list, like 70 some odd potential, college prospects, and that's just the ones that we have noted as offered or committed somewhere. There's a few teams we didn't even have notes on. I mean, I don't think I had anything on Russellville. Obviously, you got Russ Martin headed to Little Rock, Newberry, I believe, headed to Arkansas. So a lot of talent on that side of things too. So great job by you guys. Delaney spearheading it, but it takes a team of people, and you guys have done a phenomenal job. And I think the other thing too, I know last year and now this year too, one of the big pieces is you got to give a lot of credit to y'all's team. I mean, as that ball, there's an insurance claim, but a lot of credit to your boys as well, because they get saddled with that 9 a.m. game every day. So spring break, what do you got to do?
Yes.
I got to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go play baseball 3 days in a row, and who knows what the weather's going to look like.
Well,
you guys came out and took 2 out of 3 this week, so including a gym against Jackson Estes on Thursday.
Yeah, we this year's been awesome, and a little bit different from last year. The kids had to stay around a lot last year and help us out, and our parents this year, we can't brag on them enough for the help that they put in this tournament, all the way from varsity and JV players, parents buying in, giving our chance for our kids to go home instead of sit out here and come out and soak up in the sun, and they get water, hydrated, and come back and bounce back the next day. And that's been really good. And we graduated a pretty big class last year and lost a lot of good team parents. Ball in the air to center field here.
Center fielder drifting with the wind, makes the catch. Tagging
play
from
at third.
second
Oh,
is
what a
Smith. What a throw.
dive.
Guns him at third. That was a laser
Play
by
right
Mosley. Wow, what a play.
Wow. Good job by the third baseman to hang in there. Oh, we got a
I
third
think he
baseman.
might have got busted in the nose or mouth when he took that ball.
Awesome Z's about to take off from her chair. Nope. She's patiently waiting. But back to kind of what you were saying about the talent in the state, man. We got an opportunity to work with Jackson a lot. He's going to be playing with us this summer. He is absolutely electric, and he has come on this past year and figured out how to not only throw 94 to 96, but being able to command his off speed. And
Maybe dislocated a thumb.
is there blood coming from his hand, or is that, I can't tell. Z is not in a hurry, I'll tell
I
you that.
can't tell what that's.
Looks like a thumb.
I think it's a dislocated thumb.
I think I just heard Humbard saying the thumb is on the other side.
Yeah, that's what they're going to go in the dugout and pop that back in.
Yep, it'll buff, you just throw some dirt on it and get out there. Again, like, we talk about toughness of baseball players, man. It's like they're resilient. It's not an easy sport mentally. It's not an easy sport physically. And especially Lonoke, historically they've been so good the past 6 to 8 years. They graduated that massive class, and new coach, rebuilding, and first thing you got to hit on is toughness. How are you going to go from winning, 800% of your 800 winning record every year to kind of rebuilding? And so toughness is the first thing you got to hammer. And no doubt they're tough out there in Lonoke.
No, without a doubt, yeah. Matt Lewis, I graduated with his son Cooper playing first base over there. And Matt was a pretty good baseball player, his own right, back at Bryan High School. And so he's been excited to see Cooper get his opportunity. I believe Cooper's just a freshman. And so
Did you get to play for Kirk?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Bryant.
Oh, man. Good old days.
Saline County has some tremendous baseball players.
It just keeps pumping them out year after year.
Is a refill. don't know if you've ever. Does Diesel play any baseball?
Yeah.
See you getting into it?
Oh, yeah.
You see those Bryant Blackstock kids come around. They are legit every year. They have a good program. The high school, they get involved with the youth. And then, of course, you got a name like Bach, been around for so many years. His son's leading it over there. And they got a good team. They're gonna figure it out by the end of the year and put it on to people.
Yeah, we moved to Sherwood back in 18, and so we played out at Sylvan Hills last year, and then they changed it this year. It's now run by the city. We'll see how that goes. We're playing out there again this year. But
the grounds crew, they are really about to break through on turfing those fields. There is a lot of conversation about Sylvan Hills turfing all those youth complexes over there, and I think they're going to get approval for that.
They need to. That wouldn't back up a good piece of hitting there.
Three. Who is that?
That is Trenton Mosley.
Mosley.
Good piece of hitting there, and Mosley just made that play out in center, that laser to third, cut down the runner, and now comes out with a leadoff single. So
he's riding pretty high right now. We're gonna look off to see if he takes off to second soon and continues.
You were talking about toughness too. Scrivener for that Rapec team. 3 torn ACLs.
Man, the coach was talking about all those surgeries. I live the same boat. I've had 4 torn ACLs in my left leg. I had 6 knee surgeries. I spent a total of 13 months on crutches total. And you would talk about mental warfare. When I come back to baseball, I was seeing 82, 83 looked like 94, 95. So you have a timing aspect of missing the game of baseball and not being able to get consistent reps. And kid's top 5 hitter for his team with blown knee.
Yeah.
And a good team too, guys. Like Rapec's solid. In a good relationship we've built, they have already said that they would like to come back next year, so that is always a plus.
Yeah, I spent some time talking with Coach Lurch on their way out after they lost to Conway earlier. And, obviously they came here with some high expectations. They wanted that rematch with Valley View. And unfortunately, Valley View got on Carver pretty early in that ball game, but Carver settled in, and the next 4 innings. But then a tough loss to a really good Conway team who finally found some bats here this weekend. So,
in my opinion, that is the best hitting team in the state. Yeah. Their 1 through 9 is dangerous,
and they're doing it without Holland. I mean, that's the crazy part.
Until Max comes back, it's going to be special.
I hope we see. I saw him early. I think it was yesterday. And he still had a pretty significant limp on his way walking out towards the parking lot. So
Max is also one of my kids for the summer. He'll be catching Jackson. Those two together are going to be really fun this summer. And one thing about Max is it's funny if you want to go back and watch this replay.
Look at this, the little delayed steal.
Back to the pitcher. Catchers, you got to check your runners before you get that ball to your pitcher. You got somebody like him, one of our kids, Nathan Johnson. That kid is always looking to take third on a throwback from a catcher.
Mosley, I mean, the play at center and gets the single.
Takes it on the foul pitch and then taking third. That kid's riding an ultimate high right now. You better get this kid in.
Like the Baxter kid in the last game made the diving catch. Just missed an opportunity to come in for the winning run and couldn't get it done in the 8th. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun out here so far.
Number 5.
As much as I have loved it, though, I'm ready to see the finish line.
It's bittersweet because it's so fun. I mean, you spend time. I mean, whether you're watching, working, nobody here is sad. You talk about Disney being the happiest place on earth. It's Robinson baseball tournament, man. It is a good time to be here.
You're right. You don't see all the craziness. Everybody, and it helps. You were talking about the parents. It helps when you got a plethora of fantastic food being cooked back there. It keeps everybody's bellies full. Although I do have one complaint.
Uh-oh.
Ever since the monsoon, the hibachi went away.
Well, we can.
And my goal this weekend was to eat my weight in rice.
How close did you get?
I didn't. I only had like 4 boats on Thursday, and I'm done. I haven't had any since.
Well, we did well with the different options on each day. Today they ended up with some fried chicken, some fries for everybody. The pulled pork was going religiously.
Pulled pork was good. Those bratwursts were good too.
Did you get any of the hot chicken on Thursday?
No, I missed out on
Jay
that.
Pickering does phenomenal on the smoker. That hot chicken was really good.
I missed out on that one.
So we got a first and third situation, no outs. Got a mound visit. You got a 1-0 count. When generally after a mound visit, there you go. We got a new one. One thing we look for here, guys, when you get a mound visit is a first pitch fastball here. But depending if they got any sort of action, they may be taking the runner off, and we may have a hard take here. Runner staying. Okay, 2-0. Here we go. Got a hitter's count.
And Newland got Looking for a pitch to hit here. The wind swirling again. You can hear it through our headsets.
Oh, look at the flag.
Yep.
That thing is beautiful.
It really is. There's probably a fantastic picture opportunity, too, with Russ Martin's 2-run bomb in that last game. That ball went right between the flag and the wall. It was perfect. Curled it right around it.
I missed last game over there at Little Rock Christian with our JV game. Did you guys have a good one?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, went 8. We ended up going extras, tied 3-3. Russ Martin came up, hit a 2-run Oppo Taco to put them up 5-3, and then they closed the door in the bottom of the 8th. It was a good ball game.
He's a good kid. Russ can play. He's fun on the mound. He can swing it, too. He's going to go to Euler just to pitch, but he's good for them at the plate. And Newberry's another one of my kids that will be with us this summer. He is an absolute dude on the mound. Obviously, his presence in the box, I didn't realize how physical he was. He's put on a lot of weight this past year, but he is one physical specimen. And he led off the game with the first hit for Russellville today before I had to leave with the shot through the 6-hole. And
he got to show off his arm. He was out in right field and had a cannon throw into home. Didn't cut down a run, but it kept a runner from coming home. And ball 4, so bases loaded now.
Every Razorbacks put on your hats.
It's right. And you go back to Southside. Southside's going to go home, and they're going to watch this broadcast, and they're going to be pretty upset with themselves. They had bases loaded with nobody out in the first, bases loaded with nobody out in the second, came away with 1 run total.
Did they say this is Ison Chang?
Yes.
Okay, so Ison's a transfer from Conway Christian. Before I moved this way, I owned a facility in Greenbrier called Applied Velocity. I couldn't keep this kid out of my facility. He is a workhorse, and obviously if you look at those legs, he's in the weight room quite a bit. So he's got a good opportunity here.
Chang looking at the 0-1. He's 0 for 1 on the evening.
Okay.
And a big opportunity with the bases loaded here. Woo. Ducks out of the way of that one. 1-1 now. A wind all over the place. It was going out right now. It's coming towards
the
left.
flag has literally shifted directions, guys. It is howling to. Oh,
Look
it
at
shifted
that.
again. It's in.
So Chang swing and miss. You don't want to put that ball in the air in right field right now. Or maybe you do, because it's going to be an adventure out there to catch
Greenbrier
it.
right now, you may want that.
Yeah. Another 1-2 here to Chang. Payne still on the mound for the Jackrabbits.
Okay, I remember Payne from last year.
That ball lifted, got underneath it though. Left fielder going to camp out, going to be an attack. Oh, left fielder got to come in for it as the ball. Played with him. He might.
Good shot, kid. I mean, you relay that, try to keep the force everywhere. I get it.
I thought we might see him try to turn, but
We may have a bunt situation here. What number hitter's coming up?
One away here as the 7-hole hitter Brandon Jolly bats.
Except for the Panthers, right fielder number 2, Brandon Jolly.
It's the first out here.
Got third base is still back. They're moving him in now. First base is back too. Okay, you know.
See if they can play for a double play now.
First baseman has decided to move back, and
Payne will step off. The other thing, I've not called a lot of baseball, a little bit here and there, so I got to call my first home run walk-off. 2 walk-offs on Thursday.
you did awesome on that Conway call. Oh, and we got
Good
a bunt defense.
bunt and nowhere to go with it.
With nowhere to go.
Wow.
Right down. And again, guys, you got runners at first and second. Third baseman has to stay back. The only ball he can go get is a hard bunt ball. Pitcher's covering the third base line there. You can't put that more perfect. It's past the pitcher's mound. It's just a bunt for a hit. Nothing you can do there in this situation.
And you see that earlier in the game, they tried the same thing and bunted it right at the pitcher. They would get the out at third. So now the adjustment, lay it down in the right spot this time. So
back to what you said about Conway. That call was awesome, Steve. You did phenomenal on it.
I appreciate it.
Gave me my cup of coffee on the way home at 12:40 at night. I was like, I'm juiced. Let's play the next one. 2 a.m. Let's go.
I know, right?
And then Conway was down 4-0 in that last inning.
Wow.
Just rallied those. Again, that offense is good. Oh, and back to what we were talking about Max. I want you to go back and watch that walk-off video. If you see Max, I actually texted him after the game. I said, why are you jumping up and down? He landed, and he started limping and caught himself and had to calm down.
Oh, no.
But he is hitting. He is moving. Today was the first day he was in baseball pants. So Arkansas fans, he's doing good, and we should be able to see him. I think they got conference Tuesday.
Yeah.
They're trying to get him back by then, and just you add that piece to the freaking puzzle.
And I think I've said it a couple times this weekend, but as Reynolds looks at ball 3, you know how good Max Holland is by the fact that he's an Arkansas commit at catcher. And Dave Van Horn doesn't just recruit anybody to come catch for him. So.
And he was one of the later picks.
Oh, that
fly
ball
left. Looks like it's
Scott. I don't think that's going to stay in play. Well, the wind may blow it back. Where'd it go? They all lost it. There it is.
Did it just get stuck?
No, it did finally come down. But I think everybody lost it.
I saw the left fielder's hands go up.
And Jeffrey kind of threw his hands up. I'm not sure the third baseman had it. Shortstop may have had a beat on it, but it lands out of play.
Full count here.
See the payoff pitch here to Reynolds.
Yeah, he back to Max. He was a late pickup for them. He put on a lot of weight over into his sophomore and junior year summer, and I'll tell you a story about him. We were doing an event, pitch 3-2, ball hit to the shortstop, back off the
Couldn't
glove,
get the backhand. He's going to score one. Jeffries will bring it to the plate. Gets past the cutoff and
that
safe.
left fielder has a nice arm,
He
guys.
does.
Those are two good throws. I don't think the catcher saw the ball. I mean, if the catcher sees it, we may have a play there.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that Engel thought that ball was going to get cut off. Cutoff man let it go, and there's Jeffries. You're right. He's got a cannon out there in left. I've seen it a couple times now.
That is Ryder back there. Okay, he cut his hair off. I wasn't sure. So that's little brother to Jackson Engel over there at UCA.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that headed monster for their state championship run. Will, I don't know.
We got a pitching change here for the Jackrabbits.
Oh, back to Max. So we're at Euler. We do hand stops for pop times, and he's throwing a couple down, 184, 183, 182. He comes up on one, and I look, and it says 178.
Wow.
And I said, we can't write this down, guys. Like, nobody's running a 178, and it's stopwatch. They run laser times now, but he is guys, he jumps on the mound, and he's 90-92. Wow. They actually, running into the year, he potentially could have been their shortstop to start the season. They were going to go with Cover behind the plate. I mean, if your backup catcher is Sean Cover,
Yeah.
you're
Southern Miss
sitting
commit.
pretty good. And he had a ton of offers, and he sat down and realized Southern Miss is where he wanted to be. And I mean, you're going to write a lineup, and you're going to say, where's Sean going to play? I mean, he's going to hit.
Yeah.
We'll figure out where he's going to play. We're just going to write him in as a hitter.
And he played everywhere this weekend too. I think, what was that, yesterday's game? I think he started on the mound. Was that either third or short at one
Short
point?
and 30 to
They
both.
both, and then caught.
Finished
Yep.
behind the plate. He does not say no. He is ready for any challenge, and I tell people all the time, in my opinion, he is the best hitter out of all classes right now, between the 25s and 26s, 27s. Sean Cover has a great approach. I think right now, going into that last game, he was hitting 640 on the year.
Wow.
Something along those lines.
Ridiculous.
At this point, I don't know why you pitched to him. If first base is open, I'm just telling him to have it. What we got here?
We have made a switch. Engel's going to move from catcher to pitcher.
He looks just like Jackson. Look at that face.
And
22.
Will
Payne.
Will Payne. So they basically just swap spots as Engel goes to pitch, and Payne goes to catch.
Payne played his sophomore year, was at third base for that state championship class. So he's a guy that's been around in the lineup. I don't know a lot of these guys. They graduated so many.
So I was wondering what our delay was, and then
Yeah,
Coach was out there talking to the umpire. I didn't realize we were literally changing the battery mate to the opposite sides here as Payne goes to catch.
We're just going to switch him. It's all internal.
And talk a little bit too. I mean, we've talked a lot about Jackson Estes and the job he did, but I mean, talk about Eichler, the job he did for your Senators. I mean, and what was a fantastic pitcher's duel. Eichler really just went pitch for pitch with it. And honestly, I mean, if you go back and look at the box score of that game and the opportunities that you guys had to put runs on, I mean, honestly, you guys could have put 4 or 5 runs on Jackson. Just some base running issues, and so really some great opportunities. But I thought Logan was just absolutely phenomenal.
Man, Logan is a baby draft, as we call him. He's still growing into his body. He gave up a bomb in his first batter of the game, and last year we would have probably had some issues with settling him down. He towed the rubber, and it was lights out after that. And he throws a true three-pitch mix for strikes. He's 6'5", 6'4". It's a long frame. He's a kid that a lot of people are watching. They're waiting to see him take a couple strides, but he has his head on right. He loves to throw the baseball. He's constantly working all the time, and he gives us an opportunity every time he's on the mound.
I feel like we have a layer of fog rolling in. If you look up at the towers up there, they seem to be a little more
eerie.
Yeah, you see that?
I do. You see the lights bouncing off of there.
That ball
that's
struck
staying
to
in.
left.
Oh, that's going to get down.
That's going to get down. Jeffrey's going to try to run it down all the way to the wall. One run will
Let's
score.
see this arm he has.
Jeffrey gets it into the cutoff man. So scoring is jolly on the play to make it 5-0.
What do you look for when you get a new arm as a first pitch, guys? First pitch fastball.
Mm-hmm.
What a shot by that kid.
And so now Greenbrier continues to pour it on here. 4 runs in the third.
Next up, number 19, Jackson Gill.
That wind shifting is knocking your phone
Apparently. Something. So still just one out.
Man, these Greenbrier kids got a lot of short, stocky kids, man. They do not miss leg day.
Man, they're across the board that way. Their football team's that way.
Uh-huh.
Got a little work to do on the basketball side of things. Although, what is that young man's name that plays? They got a 6'8" kid that.
Oh,
he's
really?
a tall, lanky dude, but he could go. I cannot. Crum, maybe. I think Crum's his last name. I'll tell you what, he was impressive in the first matchup when I called their game between Maumelle and Greenbrier.
And you talk about anybody having a guy in Maumelle is one of my favorite basketball players right now.
Which one's that? Cause
What is it, the sophomore, or maybe he's a freshman? I don't know. He's young. He's the 6'4" guard, or I think he's at 3 or 4 maybe. Is he a freshman?
No, it wouldn't be a freshman.
He was dunking. I think he's a sophomore because I remember as a freshman he was already punching balls. Last year as a freshman. I don't know. I remember watching them. And I was like, "Who's that kid?" And they said, "Oh, he's only a freshman or sophomore." He's gotten offers apparently, from what I heard already.
I don't want to blank on it because I know that that team was senior laden as far as most
This
of the
year?
starters. You had Mark Kalen, you had Malik McGuire.
Did they have guys go anywhere to play basketball after this year?
You've got a few guys that are going to play at some small schools. I know Cedric Jones is headed to Angelica Junior College. That one out of play, insurance claim. C5 said.
Who's the other shooter? 35.
Oh, Tillman.
Hillman's going to SAU.
Did he? Oh, that's right. So Jace Tillman, who came over from Jacksonville.
Oh, let's go Jacksonville.
And Tillman, well, that boy can go now.
And we had some Coach Joyner. That's where I'm from. Coach Joyner had a heck of a basketball program growing up.
Yeah, Coach Adams he's trying to get things turned around over there right now. He was, of course, Tillman came to Maumelle with the hopes of winning a title. Of course, that was a heartbreaking finish for them in the 5A state championship game. But
Where did he come from?
who's that, Tillman?
Yeah.
From Jacksonville. Well, he was
okay.
at Jacksonville, yeah, and played there. Coach Adams came from Conway.
I'm sorry, Coach
okay.
Adams. Where did he come from?
Yeah, sorry, Coach Adams came from Conway.
Oh, I got you. I think it got the kid in the foot. Coach is checking on him right now.
That ball was shot in there.
Yeah, they're looking at a kid right now. They got somebody.
Our trainer.
Oh, he's walking it off. He's in there walking it off. That's the second. Yesterday, Bryant got one in their dugout that about took someone out.
A couple. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though. These kids have been on these foul balls. Suckers, guys. You want foul balls, you just give away suckers. They used to do that. They used to do 25 cents when I was a kid. You go to a game, you brought back a baseball, you got a quarter.
I think ours was I remember at Bryant out at Ashley Park, it was you got a drink.
Oh,
you
a
got
drink?
You get a free drink if you brought it back.
I saw this today. There was a girl take off halfway. The ball made it almost to the football field. And I watched her take off sprint. I grabbed 4 suckers and took it to her. She grabbed off 4 and ran to her grandma in the most exciting tone I've ever heard.
Swing and a miss here. He'll complete the strikeout with the throw down to first as Gill strikes out for the second out of the inning. So Engel trying to stop the bleeding here in the third. 4 runs across for the Panthers so far.
Panthers, number 1, left fielder Parker Armstrong.
And so now the left fielder Parker Armstrong will bat. Let's see.
I wonder if they look young. I wonder if Greenbrier is a young group.
I don't have any classes on any of this.
I know the Gill kid. He's a senior.
That's the only downside. And Greenbrier wasn't on my list of prep for the most part. Lonoke definitely wasn't because they weren't supposed to be over here.
Yeah, thank God for some of these teams. We got thrown some 2-0 changeups today, and I think we did pretty well on adjusting to it.
I know you and I were talking last night a little bit, and I was going to let Delaney know what we had going on, our thought process as far as the rain coming in. And I swear he spent 2 hours on the phone trying to figure everything out last night.
He does a great job, and he's got 4 kids. He's a teacher. He's a coach. That guy is on top of things. He's a big reason this program is how it is and continues to grow. And
he's been great to us. You guys have all been great to us, and everybody here at Robinson has. And of course, athletic director, Coach Escola, and those guys. And so,
yeah, we didn't get a visit from Escola this
I haven't
weekend
seen him
yet.
at all.
He's got to be fishing, him.
Yeah, I know it's not soccer, so
or making a cooking video. He does really good on the griddle.
I'll have to remember that.
I'll send you. He actually has a YouTube channel. It's a Cooking with Escola.
Wait a minute.
Hey, we're gonna pull this up. Cooking with Escola on YouTube.
I was not aware of this. I'm going to have to start watching that.
Oh, it's awesome.
I can't believe he's not ahead of us promoting that for him.
Oh, yeah, Will's found it. There
Oh,
it is.
it's on now. Parker Armstrong wears that pitch now down at first. Bases loaded again for Greenbrier as Mosley steps in. We were talking about, all the talent coming out of Saline County, and of course the growth just continues to be crazy out there. And now with the Buc-ee's coming in, you're about to see a phenomenal amount of growth out there.
I will not be driving that way. I can't
no.
already deal with the traffic. Just wait till they put that Buc-ee's up.
Awful. But I mean, Greenbrier, similar situation right now with how Greenbrier just continues to explode. And
they're
bringing
booming.
so
And
much
Conway,
talent into
both of
Greenbrier.
them. And Greenbrier is a great school district.
It really is,
They're academically inclined there.
Yeah, I've always been impressed going up there. Of course, buddy JB Brazil was voice of that network or them for a while now. No longer with them, but
Ground ball to short, ends the inning, and touching it unassisted at second. Have you ever? There were those 2 guys that run a really good radio show out there for Greenbrier's football team. It's Mike and Mike, Mark and Mark. I can't.
Junkin. It's Matt.
Junkins.
Between the mats or whatever, right?
The mats. They were fun to listen to.
Yeah. All right, well, that'll do it for our third as Greenbrier scores 4, take a 5-0 lead. We're going to take a quick break here as I'm going to go, oh, my gosh. Y'all have fun with that. I'll be right back as we watch some Cooking with Coach Escola on YouTube, and I'll be right back with you in just a minute.
Request comes all the way from Rogers, Arkansas. Young lady, send it down. Ellie, this one's for you. We're going to make some chicken quesadillas, grilled chicken quesadillas. Anybody can do this. This is awesome. It's a great, great meal. Restaurant quality. First thing we're going to do is go over what we need to make the quesadillas. So come into my kitchen. You need a skillet, preferably a pretty large skillet, not a really little one. I use Pam to do the veggies. Any kind of cooking spray or
All right, welcome back. By the way, request for next season, a very own porta potty.
Hey, There is a department that will handle the complaints. I will not speak on them.
Listen, I need to know from our fans watching right now, porta potty etiquette. If it has a women's sign on it, do you go in as a man or not? I did, just so you know. Oh, that one hit right back off the pitcher. Recovers, throws to first and safe.
He looked like it got him on the back a little bit. I hope you guys really enjoyed the commercial break with Coach Escola.
It's going to be so much fun.
Chicken quesadillas.
I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. We're going to check on our pitcher here, yeah. No, but the reason I ask about the etiquette, though, is because I promise you, when I went in there ain't one female that's going to walk in there and sit on that toilet seat.
Oh, goodness. I don't even want to know. I went in the first day, and I was like, you know what? The bathrooms are open. I will take this hike.
They didn't have time to make it to the middle school and back.
Hopefully everybody hears about it and maybe we get bathrooms, but it has been,
We should probably start. By the way, they're about this close to overfilling.
This would be the last
I know,
game.
this is it. I know one thing. You know the old joke of when you shove the porta potty over somebody in it. Boy, it'd be a rough one if somebody did that to somebody right now.
Last week they probably fell over 3 times throughout the whole week. During all the wind we had.
Yeah.
It was. If you ever seen 8 Crazy Nights, it kind of reminded me of that. Smell you later,
Next up,
poopsie.
number 1, shortstop Peyton Wallace.
Shortstop Peyton Wallace will bat after.
Give him a couple warm-up pitches after getting worn off the back and coming out with a strike.
The infield single there off the leg of Stewart. You can tell I love baseball's such a fun game. People, that don't watch or I call them the casuals, the casual baseball fans. They find it boring unless there's a whole lot going on. A 2-1 game is boring, but there's so many little intricate things to baseball, and one of my favorite is listening to the dugouts chirp. There's an insurance claim, but the chirping. But Southside now, you weren't here for that. They were a chirping bunch over there. It was a lot of fun to listen to. So
I don't know if you remember, we ended up having to play them 2 years ago in the state tournament, and they love those cowbells.
Oh yeah, that one. Back at the pitcher again, making him work. This one thrown out at first as Palmer fields his position. Newland with the putout. Stewart will advance to second on the play, and so 1 away now here in the Lonoke.
Next up, right fielder number 17.
Half of the 4th. Well, scoreboard gets me every time.
This game is slowed down.
Yes, they are feeling the effects of the tournament here on the, let's see, what would this be, 6, 12.
It's the 18th game.
game of in 3 days, guys.
And I get to go call 2 basketball games tomorrow night.
Yeah, where are you doing that at? What age is that?
It's a semi-pro league down in Arkadelphia.
Who runs that?
So, I tried to throw behind the runner at second, got into center field, but Stewart can advance. Yeah, that'll actually be a lot of fun. They've got some guys. We got some former Razorbacks, some former D1 guys. I know I.J. Reddy from Mississippi State plays out in that.
That's an old teammate of mine. I.J. took my spot my freshman year. He came.
Yeah, Larry Williams, the 9th grade coach here, and our color commentator on the Robinson Sports Network plays.
Could play short.
Nice one. Put that one across.
6'3"
Tyler Jeffries.
Yeah, I.J. Reddy, my 9th grade year, he started 2 games, 9th grade. I rode the bench. They called him up to varsity, and I finally got to play. He was a heck of a kid. Went to Mississippi State and killed it. His son is a good little baseball player. He's a little 7-year-old. Yeah, AJ's still around doing basketball stuff. He can go.
Anton Beard plays in that
North Little
league,
Rock.
so it should be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun the last couple games we did for them. And we've got some fun stuff coming up in the spring. Even though the graphic's not out yet, I can go ahead and announce, I guess, there's a new I guess they're not new, they've been around, but they're really building this year, but in a semi-pro football team, the Arkansas Kings. They'll play 5 home games between War Memorial Stadium and then up at Hendricks in Conway.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we'll have all their home games broadcast this year as well. So
Probably
looking
have a
forward
lot
to
of
that.
the Arkansas talent playing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their rosters look like. And we got a big one we're going to be announcing here soon.
Okay.
Just wait and see. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, got him looking, guys.
And strike 3 called as Jax Palmer gets out of the inning, and Rabbits get a runner to second, but that's all they can do with it. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 4th while you guys enjoy cooking with a Scola here during our break.
And we go to
This is a piece of grilled chicken breast right here. It was previously grilled. I'll go through grilling chicken at a later episode. I've got a bell pepper. I've got a white onion. Some of the burrito-sized tortillas. You can get them at Walmart, Kroger, wherever. I like Colby Monterey Jack shredded cheese. Chips. You'll find out what that's for later. Some butter, either spray butter or regular butter. You'll need that. This is the best store-bought guacamole I've ever had. Trust me, awesome. Sour cream for later. Secret ingredient. You can get it at Kroger, you can get it at Walmart, wherever. Fantastic. So we're going to get ready to get started. Looking forward to it. All right, here we go. First thing we're going to do, take the top off the queso. I'm going to put it in the microwave. Get that going. I like 111. Don't ask me why I'm weird. Start that. I'm going to spray my pan. Biggest mistake a lot of people make when they cook is they cook too hot. They try to cook it too fast. This is a really quick meal anyway. I'm going to put it on 5 medium heat. Don't go higher than that. We're going to come over here, cut up our veggies. So I'm going to cut up the bell pepper first. You're going to cut the middle out just like this, leaving just the outer shell. I'm going to throw that away.
All right, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that cooking with a Scola. You guys go check it out on YouTube.
Y'all are making me hungry.
He's going to wonder why he just added like 50 subscribers all of a sudden. What just happened?
You're welcome, Coach.
He's going to reinvent himself now. He's got a little more time on his hands, you know, now that he's just an athletic director, like he's got anything to do doing that. He's obviously busy since we haven't seen him at all. Now Engel back out. That one line grounded to short. Good play over there by Wallace. And first out of the inning as Buell is retired for the Panthers. But I do really hope that, we've obviously got a ton of positive feedback from the folks that have watched the broadcast, and we appreciate all of them. I know I had a nice long chat with one of the Staley parents. I think he's got some kids back at home that were watching the Cheese Crew, I think is what they were called. And so to give them a fun little shout out, they loved it. And so
Staley was awesome. Their whole team. I talked to a couple dads, the parents, and the coaches. They were phenomenal. And they want to come back. They want to try to bring some of the other Missouri teams with them. And as long as we can continue to do this, we should continue to grow it. I mean, at some point we'll have to cap it because there's not enough turf fields in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
But hopefully your guys – oh, you got a pass ball?
I've already called out Watson over at Maumelle.
Hey, Nick Watson,
Yeah,
calling you out too.
I texted him last night, and I said, I better see you guys in this invitational next season. And now I'm going to tell you, he said, you got it. I have the text.
Right.
So I'm taking that as a commitment.
Print.
And now on top of that, we're going to make sure that we host at Maumelle as well.
That's what we're hoping for.
And
It'd be
so-
cool to have Maumelle Charter and
Yeah.
Maumelle High School. That'd be awesome.
Great facility over there. That new facility they've built over there is fantastic. I'm hoping – I got to go out and do another site test on Monday. I'm hoping to be able to get their game broadcast Tuesday night. But internet is an even bigger problem there than it is here. So
We played over there 2 weeks ago. It was nice.
Yeah.
It's like, these are same PCSSD schools.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, they did a good job with that one. I love the setting of it. It's finally – that one popped into right. It's going to be an adventure. Coming in for it is Calhoun.
And they placed
good
it
job.
perfectly. I mean, the wind was blowing out the entire game that we played.
Yeah, it's finally, I remember when we first started going over there, we have some folks thought it was a prison back there because, I mean, you drive back, you're around the woods, and it's just this big concrete building and then this random massive press box of a football field over there. And now with the baseball and softball fields there in the middle, it's actually starting to look more like a school. And they've done a good job over there. Coach Horton has done a good job now that he's, stepped away and just a lowly old athletic director as well.
He's also, Kirk is a volunteer baseball coach. Don't let him trick you.
Yeah.
He is on the baseball field every weekend.
Horton, great people as well. Kirk Horton, a huge reason why we are even here today, as he was instrumental in putting all this together back, 4 years ago now, 5 years. I've done lost track of time at this point. It's been a while.
I still remember when it was Oak Grove.
3 years ago. That's right, 3 years ago. And so, of course, we got our start doing several Sylvan Hills games in the playoffs of the pandemic season. And then for some reason, Coach Michael Shook over there at Maumelle said, hey, would you guys come do our basketball season? And funny enough, or ironically enough, Shook and I graduated together from Bryant and didn't know it. Like, I had no idea who he was.
Y'all's big classes, though.
Yeah.
You're going to know everybody.
And so, of course, that relationship blossomed. And
It wasn't that long ago, Will.
I love Shook to
Steve's
death.
only 28.
Yeah.
No.
Shut your mouth.
It's a mindset.
That's right. That mindset kicked my butt at the trampoline park today.
Speaking of that.
If I need a reminder if I'm 40 or not, I'll just watch that video again.
I think we need another commercial coming up of that replay. Take a break on the quesadillas.
I feel like, oh no, what are you doing to me? I have become a meme.
You turned very quickly there.
In my mind, I thought, how did I flip? I felt my feet come over my head. I was like, oh, this is not good.
Wind's picking back up, as you guys can hear it through our mics.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's been the craziest. It's just the swirl of it. Like, it has no rhyme or reason. So that one gets past Payne. That'll allow the runner to advance.
This game's going to have the most random videos popping.
It gets a little wild towards those knife cap guys.
I know it. Look, at least this is more entertaining than Will. I'll be like, we're gold. We're ready to go home. I'm done. Make this stop. So Chang moves to second. And, whoa, boy. We're about to take flight, y'all.
Yeah, this tent's picking up above
Jeez.
us, guys. Y'all, hey, it's anchored in, though. That cell that came through the other day, I thought we were going to lose it.
I did too.
Very good.
We were all hanging on it.
We were all going to go with it, too.
You're going to mound visit here as Payne and Engel try to get things back on track here, much like our broadcast.
Oh, yeah. We're calling a game? Is that what we're doing? Right. Oh, that's right. We have 2 outs here, guys.
As I told Trip Keeter in our last one, it's like doing a podcast for 2 hours with baseball in the background.
No, I was a big Vin Scully fan. That guy could call anything. He could call the cat running across the field, ball in play, ball not in play.
I mean, Will's been trying to figure out some creative ways, to add to what we do, and he's talking about weddings. I said, dude, I'd totally play-by-play a wedding.
Oh, I would be there.
And now the 2-0. That one skips through the carpet back to the backstop, and now Chang all the way to third.
Might have been a pass ball there, guys. I think it could have been blocked.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We got 3-0 count, runner at third here.
It's still an adjustment for me seeing baseball played on carpet, but it's growing on me.
I am not a fan.
It's
I get it as a coach. I love it.
Yeah.
My infielders love it. When we get over to a dirt field, sometimes we have to reset on where we're at and how the game was originally played.
Yeah. It makes a difference.
It does. It really does.
And you've seen it a few times, even here. At times, like there's been several plays at second where I don't know if they've just misjudged it, but slide a lot further than they thought they would on this carpet and go over the bag. And we've seen some folks come up short sliding into second because they got maybe a little extra static electricity dragging them down.
Last night that Bryant game had 2 guys thrown out at second because that rain, that drizzle, he slid right through.
We had one earlier.
Yeah, we had one earlier which slid over. We had one earlier that slid short.
Another benefit we try to teach our catchers and infielders, like you put the ball on the ground on a throw, it's going to get there. Mm-hmm. It's not going to die.
I'll say this, though. I wish the one thing I wish is that I'd have had turf back when I played, because playing corner infield at Ashley Park was always an adventure because there was this divot that went about it.
That lip was dangerous.
I think I took at least 2 off the face because of that lip. That was tough.
Ground ball in the 6-0 scores a run.
Yeah. Greenbrier not hitting it hard, but they're hitting it just where they need to. And so
Next up for the Panthers.
now 6 runs on the board here for Greenbrier as they take a 6-0 lead here in the bottom half of the 4th. So we'll see Reynolds bat. Jason Reynolds, he's 1 for 2.
See if Ingles can get himself out of this here. I'd like to see him get ahead. He's been falling behind early.
Reynolds got 2 RBIs on the night. Just to try to add one here. One way outside. Oh, just kidding. Strike one.
Just a bit. Oh.
Remember when I said that about the 2-hour time limit? And
I don't
we may be
remember
more
that.
laxed on it. I think our umpire's ready to roll now.
I look back, I see, Bossman is this. Oh, he's made a friend. Oh, speaking of Little Ingles, he has showed up.
How about that?
Little Jackson was supporting Big Bro, or Little Bro.
It's funny. I was, Trip Keeter on the call for a couple games today. He was talking during the last one. He said, Delaney's like the most intimidating looking baseball coach I've ever met.
Until you get to know him.
Yeah, that's what he said too. He's like, well, you know, he's such a nice guy.
That fourth kid softened him up a little bit.
It'll do it to you, man. It changes you. The first one changes you. That one gets passed.
One,
Back to the
Ingles
backstop.
is all over the place right now with his command. There's not a consistent miss. He'll dial it in, though. He's a competitor. I remember watching him in 9th grade football year. They came over and played Robinson benefit game, and he ran all over us.
Mm-hmm.
And that 9th grade group last year was a special 9th grade team. I think they ended up going undefeated last year. I'm sorry, not this past year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, but to say, because I remember talking with Escola at the end of that season, towards the end of that season, and he was like, I'm going to be starting 11 10th graders next year. Oh,
catcher.
No.
Mike's down. He won't call time in the field, Bubba.
Oh, boy.
It got him good. I don't know if it got him where it counts.
I hope not. I hope that guy. I'm hoping thigh.
I don't know if this calls for a replay, but I don't know.
We'll let Will preview the replay first. Man.
Yeah, he's up to a knee now, guys.
Now,
Hopefully
this is the same umpire on Thursday that took the one off the forehead, right?
correct.
Yes, that's what I thought. Talk about bookending the weekend. No, it was him. Pretty certain because he broke his glasses.
We're checking it on this side camera. See if we can show it to you guys real quick.
It's hard to tell what it did.
I can't really tell.
He grabs right at his thigh. I think either way.
So they got some pretty good gear on, but you'll
Didn't
still
feel good.
feel it. It doesn't feel good regardless. Oh, yeah, he's feeling it. He took a little limp there. He needs to see how he walks.
We're going to need Delaney to get out there, home plate umpire.
This game would be over very quickly if he was. He's going to walk it off.
We're going to get a little extra minute here.
Mike's in good spirits right now. He's from Boston. Those guys. Oh,
Oof.
that don't feel good then.
Man.
He's talking. He's having a good time.
He's laughing about it now.
Give us a thumbs up.
Got the thumbs up, right?
No, he's giving us the count right now. He's asking for it. He's ready. He's like,
let's play ball.
Give us the count.
Yes. Now we'll see how wide the strike zone gets. The game yesterday with Greenwood and Robinson, we got to get a laugh out of Nathan Johnston getting hit in an unfortunate spot.
I had to apologize to Z. I owe her a huge apology. I called her onto the field on purpose.
That was my favorite part of the whole thing.
I knew what happened. I knew where it counted, and I love Z so much. And she came running to the field ready to fix whatever the problem was. And Nathan, she gets halfway, and it's like, I don't want her checking me. Get back over there.
You can see it from here. Nathan's like, no, I don't want her. Of all the people that could. Yeah, man, that was rough.
She's over there. She's reliving it right now, looking at us. We got 3-2 pitch here, 2 outs, guys.
Hey, look, she called me soft yesterday. That one hit to Cooper, and Lewis makes the play.
What'd she call you soft?
Because we were packing up before the rain got here. Oh, just a little rain gonna run you off, huh? I was like, look, I'd go out there and call this game in the rain. It's this stuff right here that
I see
I'd
money
be
signs.
crying
That's
about.
all.
Yeah, we gotta build 3 more of those. So at
I
minimum,
didn't show
3
y'all
more.
on video, but always wash your hands
Oh,
before
back
you
to
cook.
cooking with Todd.
I love
Make
that
sure
look
you
on
do
his
that.
face
I'm
right
gonna
there.
set this
Point
half
the
over
knife.
here to the
So
side.
happy.
I'm gonna cut my
I didn't know
onion.
Skull was a lefty, guys. Okay,
There you
learn
go.
something every day.
That's fantastic, though.
There
I
goes
love
my
it.
first round of my
We
cheese
got to
dip.
see a lot of the personality of Todd last year
take the
during the
outer-
coaches show with Chris Gade and
Wrapping,
Jake Hall,
I
or
have
not
the
Jake,
outer
but
part of the onion off.
yeah, Jake Hall and
I'll
those
take
guys.
the onion,
It's interesting.
put
He
it right down
cuts
the
it and
middle,
peels it. I have a little
and I'm
different
gonna put
strategy. I'm
the
usually
individual
peeling my onion
pieces
and
in the
then
skillet.
cutting it, but
no, I
just
do it the
like
same
so.
way. It's easier to peel it that way, in my
Okay.
opinion.
and I'm gonna do 2
those
slices.
hands are
So you don't have to
washed.
use the
I
whole
doubt. Who
onion.
cares? It's getting cooked,
Use
right?
half
it's
of a
right
bell
after
pepper.
football practice.
Makes
Probably.
about 4 servings. Half a bell pepper, just an average size bell pepper. 2 slices.
We
of
really
onion.
got to see, though,
There's
his
plenty on
personality
there.
in that first
I'm gonna
coaching
let
show
that
when I made
start
Chris bring up
cooking
the
down.
potential late season matchup with Maumelle.
I had some
and-
previous cheese dip.
He's got his
Coach
old former
said-
coach over there.
Yeah, well, the coach said, yeah, there's a young man over there who's a pretty good coach, but we're worried about Robinson right now. That's all we're worried about. I was dying.
I bet he's gonna, now that he's strictly AD, we get to see more of his character come
I sure
out
hope
now.
so.
Cooper Lewis.
We're going to be out here broadcasting the 4A state soccer tournament, so we'll get a lot of time with Coach Escola. Yeah. Hey.
Ooh, maybe get a PK action and end up in a kickoff and you get it from right behind the goalie. That would be awesome.
Hey, that reminds me, too, if you are a local business looking to sponsor our 4A State Soccer Tournament broadcast, let us know. You can reach out to me. I'm going to give my cell number out to everybody in the world, 501-960-2255. We've done that a few times, and during football season, my color commentator, Tyler Chenault, is a great dude. Love him. Great football guy. Coached out of North Little Rock. Now he's a teacher up at Conway, but he started putting out a challenge to see how many people would text me in the middle of a game when I gave my number out. And there
I'm
was,
pretty sure that was the number that was in the porta potty when I went.
probably was. I'm worried about what's coming next now. Somebody's going to give me the porta potty etiquette via text
They're
in a
gonna
minute.
text it. I need you to send that to me because I don't know it either. You see that 280? That's Club 280 over there. That is our bathroom.
You're right.
We have one etiquette. There's one person, you knock on the wall.
I don't even want to know why there's underwear behind that wall.
That would be our
I don't wanna
assistant coaches, Tyler Walls and Adam Ackland. They tend to share their underwear. So
I was
that's
rerunning our electric back there. I was like, what the? Never mind. I ain't asking no questions. So the 2-0 on its way. And that went in there for a strike.
confidence with the 2-0 slider there.
Palmer still on the mound. 47 pitches in now.
He's a good-looking kid on the mound.
Vance trying to get Lonoke untracked here. 2-2 now with one away in the fifth. I'm scared to even check the comments on this stream.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, good.
I hope it says Todd Escola on there.
And that one moved over to second. Scooped up and second out of the inning. And everybody done stopped.
That must mean they're over our stuff.
You know what they did? They were like, you know what? I think we'll just go watch the Game Changer stream now.
I think what really happened is Escola stole all of our viewers, and I think they're just surfing his YouTube channel right now.
Probably right.
And pitch, shark one.
He's retired, and now we will see.
The win.
That's Levi Cook into the game.
Hey, he's found his groove now. He's painting both sides of the corner here. He's ahead in count 0-2. Is he going to throw the slider here? He went. There you go.
Low 1-2. So I'm guessing Cook replaced. Got injured on that play over at third. It looked like a dislocated thumb because Cook wasn't in the lineup to start. I missed him coming in.
What number was the kid that got hurt?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I don't know that we paid attention to that. That one hit.
Ground ball to
Second, and Prout scoops it up. Goes to first for the final out in the top half of the fifth. Played 4.5 here in the Robinson Invitational. Greenbrier up 6-0 as they come to bat in the bottom half of our fifth inning.
We go to the bottom of the fifth.
And
Panthers lead 6-0.
we'll take the break with them as, I don't know, Will may have some more cooking with Todd over there. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back with you here at the 8th Annual Robinson Invitational on the Robinson Sports Network. I'm Steve Henson, joined by Robinson coach Austin Allen. We'll be right back.
Cheese dip in here. It's got that big old lump in the middle right now. Then the cheese dip goes back in the microwave for 2 minutes. So while that's going on, I'm not going to rush anything. I've got my veggies in the skillet. They're ready to start going down. I'm going to cut up my chicken. This is chicken that I grilled. I usually grill on Sunday nights and food save. So this just came out of the food saver today. All I did was thaw it out. It'll heat up plenty hot as we get going. Another key, little bitty small pieces of chicken. When you get quesadillas a lot of times in a restaurant or something, they use bigger pieces of chicken. I like to cut real small pieces of chicken. It just kind of works together better with your quesadilla. So I cut real small pieces of chicken, just like so. Notice I just cut little strips. That'll be one quesadilla right there. I'll have one here, I've got one here, one here, one here. That's at least 4 or 5 quesadillas right there. That's all I'm trying to make tonight.
All right, welcome back. As this ball lifted to the left, going to be a tough play with the wind, and that's down. Gets past the diving left fielder out there. And a leadoff double for the Panthers.
And we've lost 10 viewers.
They'll be
Next up,
back.
number 19, Jackson Gill.
Jackson Gill to bat.
It says new arm on the mound. What number?
Is that Anderson on the mound? 13. So yeah, no, that's
We have a no.
Jonathan Hickson. I can't trust what's on this Lonoke or on this game changer. I don't think, but no, yeah, 13 is Jonathan Hickson.
Okay.
So Hickson on the mound now for Jackrabbits, and that ball is crushed into the gap. Center fielder coming on, got a beat on it.
It's a great jump by this.
Makes the play, gets it in quick.
Showing
Good
off
job
the
there, Brian.
cannon. Take that opportunity to show it off. You don't get many as an outfielder.
Stewart make that. Gatter has come in and left, replaced Jeffries.
Next up for
And
the
so
Panthers,
Gatter was the
number
one.
Parker
They say, you know, the first time you come in, the baseball finds you.
That's
And that's exactly what just happened to Gatter on that leadoff double. Unfortunately, this wind has it's been an issue all weekend, but especially here in this final game, as it just I don't know, we've seen it whip this much with so much swirl to it, and it'll be blowing in and it'll be blowing out.
that's the danger about that mountain right there. The good thing is it usually shot in the gap again.
That ball hit over there.
It's gonna send him.
Tattooing Hickson right
They
now.
held him up. There's the first and third here. 1 out, guys. Yeah, that mountain right there. The storms usually split it, which is the beautiful thing. But the wind is, it's its own animal out here. Because you could look at the flag and it could be going one way, but just another 30 more feet up, it's going a different way depending off that mountain.
Well, that was the thing last night during the Ray-Pec Valley View game. You were watching the flag thinking,
Number 3,
man,
second
if they're going to get anything out, they're going to have to do it to right. And that's going to be their only hope. And then I'll be darned if they don't just absolutely maul some balls out in the left field side. And so and Levi Martin hit one today. My goodness gracious.
That kid's been fun to watch.
Yeah, he
does. On the mound, defensively hitting.
Hear the wind now blowing through our headsets as
1-0
it's
count. Yeah, it's
whipping in. It was funny though. I was at of course at the trampoline park during that Valley View game today, and was watching and kind of keeping up with the comments. And one of the folks who've been watching most of the games for us he kept asking, "How far did that home run go by Martin?" And that ball's hit hard, center. Back at Stewart makes the play. They're going to tag and score a run.
Hey, Stewart's got a low arm on him, guys. He can let it go.
I mean, he makes that throw. Somebody needs to sign him at the next level right now.
Off the back foot.
Way back there.
He kept the runner there at first. Hopefully maybe keep the force out.
So 2 away now, 7-0 Greenbrier lead.
I think actually that ball just landed that Levi hit.
We kept asking how far it went. I was like, fine, tell him, look, I know our broadcast looks good, but we don't have TrackMan. We don't have the we have no way to tell you accurately how hard that ball went. All I know is it wound up over the net at 320.
That was a very weird interaction right there with Mike and the player.
I think the player was asking to confirm if he was going to take the base.
Maybe he just wanted to hit. Maybe he hoped he missed it and that he just was going to get another chance to hit.
So. That was Blake Buell who got hit. So Buell down to first, Armstrong at second, and Newland will bat now for the Panthers. 2 away here.
Ooh, first pitch curveball. Check the swing. Mike counts it as a strike.
Bottom 5. Newland looked like he might have been a little fooled by that pitch.
This guy has thrown nothing that is straight. And I don't know if he is throwing a slider every pitch, curveball every pitch, or...
Well, they've squared him up since he's come into the ballgame. Greenbrier seeing him really well. Again, big thanks to everybody for joining us here over the last couple days. We're going to tally up all the views. We're all done. That one.
Oh, did you start it as soon as the
strike 2? Nah, there's probably a few extra minutes on there, but it's not too far off.
Yeah, I pulled up for our JV game and saw it was still the second inning. You guys had an interesting Russellville and Southside game.
Okay, it moved along quick, too. And as Delaney said, I spoke extra innings into existence.
Yeah, you had some people definitely chirping at you. We got a lot of unwritten rules in baseballs, and one of the things is...
Yeah.
Hey, really? You know, that's, oh, ball in the middle.
And, nice play. It's short,
way
but
to stop it to save
Wallace
the
keeps
run.
it in front. Might be able to get anybody out.
One of my biggest pet peeves, and it absolutely drives me nuts when a commentator is talking about how there's been no hits in a game and no feel, and it drives. And I almost every time it's literally within the next batter or two that it happens.
Free throws in basketball.
He's been 6 for 6 from the line today. He's 6 for 7 on the line today. We got a 0-0 count. Faces Juice here. 2 outs.
Chang batting.
We're running close to this run roll. If they end up putting 3 across the board,
We can go home early.
there are positives. That is a great way to think. Yes, sir. 10 after 5 here.
Chang is 0 for 1. He has scored a run, walked, driven in a run. I don't know why I didn't think about pulling up game changer from day one.
Just write that down on your notes for next year.
Literally has been a game changer here for me in these last couple games.
Good play on words there for you.
I know, right?
Game changer is awesome. They have so much technology. I was talking to Will about him trying to incorporate the pocket radars into it. He says he's going to try to work on in some way to live stream it onto their broadcast. Not this year.
Yeah, Will's done a phenomenal job learning this new vMix software that we have, and I'd say there's been a few times that I've just been almost dumbfounded watching. I was calling a Mills playoff game. Is that one inside for ball 4? So that'll force home a run and make it 8-0 Panthers here in the 5th. But I'm at Mills calling a game in the playoffs, and they were up actually at Valley View for Parkview and Valley View in the playoffs. And all of a sudden I look at the screen I was watching their broadcast, and he's got a live look-in. So he's able to pull, so let's just say we had other games going on at other fields right now, and we wanted to see, and we were broadcasting them, and he wanted to see what was going on at a game over at Little Rock Christian. He could pull Little Rock Christian game up and do a live look-in on our screen live. And so
we were having a conversation yesterday when he was talking about trying to get the velocity onto a ball in the right field here.
It's going to be a tough play. Wind.
Got to have the catch.
Good job.
You're talking about
play.
Within an inning, he had he was inputting it manually here, but he had that set up quick. We went up to the hill and was like, we just had this conversation. How's he already got it on here?
That was a cool deal. I think that's what led some folks to think we maybe had TrackMan, and was seeing the velos on there last night. That was a really neat deal. The other thing that we haven't shared it yet, but hopefully next year we'll be able to do something with it. But yeah, I've always had this. You're gonna show him. I've always had this dream to do. So if you watch a lot of football, I'm not a huge NFL guy. I love watching the playoffs, and I'll sit and just kind of watch a game. But I've been a Niners fan since I was a kid, and this was a tough year for us after the Super Bowl loss last year. But the Red Zone channel is my absolute just favorite. I love it, and it's kind of been a dream of mine to be able to do that at the high school level.
How would you get it? Maybe like runners in scoring positions.
Check this out.
Will's showing us here.
Yeah, we tested this during basketball.
This is the longest commercial I've ever seen, Will.
I had all the 5, 2, 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 8, 5.
This is my YouTube TV at the house right here.
Right.
This is awesome.
Full court press where we would have commentators talking about the different.
You're able to click on it and get the audio from there?
Like you won't be as a viewer, but it's like the Red Zone channel where he flips to the different stuff. Pretty neat deal.
Watch as it.
That ball smoked. Nice play by third. That's the first. Leadoff man retired here in the Jackrabbit half of our sixth.
Now, one thing I don't like about Red Zone is sometimes you're watching a play and then you're ready for something to happen.
Yeah.
And it switches to another game. I'm like, what happened in the game before?
See, it's not an attention span thing for me. I can sit and watch a game all day, but I don't know. During the NFL, maybe it was just because I got so big into fantasy for a while that I don't do it at all anymore. I don't have time for it, but I just enjoy being able to flip around and see what's going on, and especially living here in Arkansas, I don't get to see too many.
Right.
You basically get the Cowboys every week.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
That ball lifted into center.
Good. The flag is down, so we don't know what the wind is doing.
Center fielder going to camp out underneath it as Mosley makes the catch.
The NFL has, I don't know, I'm with you there. I'd rather – college sports seem to be way more entertaining to me than –
and we have hit the time limit.
Boss man.
Is this it?
Yep. Lonoke is
– the Lonoke's got a tie, or we're done?
We got 1 out to score 8 runs.
2 outs done.
Jackrabbits.
That's a nice shot into the gap, but Mosley going to camp out underneath it.
And the
That's
Robinson
it. Ball game.
Invitational has completed.
So that'll do it as time has expired. With an 8-0 lead, Greenbrier is victorious in game number 18. And as I said when we started, all good things must come to an end, and the 8th annual Robinson Invitational has come to a close. I want to say a huge thank you to a few different folks. Will Watkins, as you dance over there since we're leaving, but I got to say thanks to Will. You know, we both seem to come up with some ridiculously crazy things to do here with our network, and this was one of those, and Will really stepped up here with our VMix stuff. And what you see on screen, and the live portion of it in this part is cool. It's awesome. But all the graphics and all the scoreboards, he built these scoreboards. All of this stuff, Will spends all the time building. I don't know when he sleeps. It's not often because I'm pretty much getting texts from him at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., just whenever. So I got to give my business partner, Will Watkins, a ton of credit as he spends a ton of time building out all of this. And then, listen, Mr. Reliable, Avery McMullen, up there on our dugout cam, has been absolutely incredible. We appreciate you, Avery, everything you've done. You know, Avery, I was talking about it earlier. Avery, since basketball season has come to a close, He went to us to Clinton for a whole week, back and forth to Clinton to do the 4A regionals. And then the week after that, he spent the entire week having to drive back and forth to Paragould, Arkansas, for the 5A state tournament at Greene County Tech. He even had to share a hotel room with me one of those nights. So 4 straight days back and forth to Paragould. The kid lives in BB.
What a champion.
And is making this trip. And he was so exhausted yesterday that when Will texted him and told him, hey, rain coming, no need to be there before noon tomorrow. We get a text message from him at about 8 o'clock this morning. Hey, where you guys at? He'd already driven from BB all the way out here. He was like, I'm at Robinson. We're like, well, we're sleeping.
Well, that man was going up that risky ladder with the wind conditions and
dodging foul balls.
We just got to help him down after this.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. But you guys, Natural State Sports, awesome guys. You guys, thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. I got to say a huge thanks, of course, to head coach Isaac Delaney and the job he's done here. You know, who knows, next year, 100 teams, that's the goal, and who knows how many sites we'll be at. But, once again, appreciate you guys. Listen, also, next year, sponsors, let's step up and do this big and really have a lot of fun with this thing. And we'll be in contact here over the next couple of months to get ready. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys, all the fans that tuned in here on the Robinson Sports Network. Again, you guys make sure you go subscribe to all of our other channels. And we'll see you guys once again for the 4A State Soccer Tournament here on the Robinson Sports Network. That's going to do it for us. For Avery McMullen, Will Watkins, Austin Allen, appreciate you joining me here for the last part of this one. I'm Steve Henson. We'll see you guys on the next one. It's been a fun one. Good night.